So for this, we're going to now do the second side of this worksheet with different problems. So we have first lead 207. So you'll remember 207 is the mass number. That dash number is always the mass number, so I can write down my mass number as 207. The element name is given to me. It is lead. And the symbol, I go to my periodic table and I find lead, and the symbol is PB, capital P, lowercase b. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the protons. So from the periodic table, I find lead's atomic number is 82. 82 is the number of protons. And since this is neutral, the protons equal the electrons. So it's also 82 electrons. Lastly, to find the neutrons, I have to do 207, the mass number, take away the number of protons, because mass number is protons plus neutrons. And when I do that subtraction, I get 125. So I get 125 for my number of neutrons. So that's how I'm going to do lead. As I move down the page, it's going to be the exact same process, but instead of giving the name, I'm given the symbol. So I'm given GE is the symbol, and so that's my symbol. My mass number is 73. And then I'm going to look at my periodic table. I'm going to find GE. It's 2 below carbon. And I notice its name is germanium. And so I just carefully copy the name. You don't have to memorize them. Just use your periodic table. It's a tool for you to use. Then when I find germanium there, again, GE, I find that atomic number is 32. 32 protons. Since it's an element neutral, that is also 32 electrons. And to find my neutrons, I take my mass number, I take away my number of protons, and I'm going to get 41. So I'm going to get 41 neutrons. Moving down, protons 5, and neutrons is 6 for this next one. So I can instantly fill in 5 protons. Protons is the same as electrons, so 5, and neutrons is 6. Mass number is protons plus neutrons, so I can add that together to get an 11. And then the element name. I do not use the mass number, I use the atomic number. An atomic number of 5 is boron. So the name is boron, and the symbol is a capital B. So that's, again, as I'm doing that, I use the periodic table as the tool I'm using. Next one, protons is 84. Electrons is 84, because protons equals electrons since it's neutral. My mass number is given is 209. So to figure out my neutrons, I'm going to take 209, I'm going to take away 84, and I'm going to get 125. So I get 125 for my number of neutrons, because protons plus neutrons is the mass number. Now I use the number of protons is 84, and I find that atomic number 84 is symbol PO, or the name is polonium, Polonium. And again, I just look at the periodic table and copy it carefully. Next element I'm given is cesium, cesium 133. So that 133 is the mass number. The element name is given is cesium. And if I don't know the symbol, that's fine. I use my periodic table. I find it's in the first column, and I scroll down, and it's capital C, lowercase s. The cesium from the periodic table, then, I notice it has 55 protons. Since it's neutral, protons equal electrons, so that's 55. And for my number of neutrons, I take 133, take away 55, and I get 78. So it has 78 neutrons. So that's how I'm going to work on that one. Continuing down, I have Al-27. So 27 is the mass number. The element name, I go find aluminum, or I go find Al, and I see it's called aluminum. I carefully copy the name down, and the symbol is capital A, lowercase l. The protons, when I find aluminum on the periodic table, its atomic number is 13, so it's 13 protons, which is the same as the number of electrons since it's neutral. And then 27, take away 13, gives me 14 neutrons. Continuing on the next one, it tells me there's 30 protons. 30 protons is the same number of electrons since it's neutral, and it tells me my neutrons is 35. So mass number is protons plus neutrons is the mass number. So 35 plus 30 is 65. And now I'm going to use the number of protons. 30 protons is Zn is the symbol, or the element name is zinc. So I'm going to use, again, that a number of protons or atomic number to figure out the element. For the next one, my protons is 12. My electrons is 12 because it is neutral. For my neutrons now, it's 24 is the mass number. Take away 12, so I get 12. It is just a coincidence that the neutrons is the same as the protons. That is not always the case. I did that because it was 24 minus 12, which gave me 12. The mass number was 24. Now I use the atomic number of 12, and I find that what I have here is magnesium. So I carefully write down magnesium based on the information, based on the atomic number. All right, almost done with this page. Protons, I have 87 protons, and that's neutral, so it's 87 electrons. My mass number is 223. I take away 87, and I get 136. So I have 136 neutrons. The mass number is 223, and then I use the number of protons. The number of protons is 87, so that is, the element name is francium. Francium, and the symbol is capital R, or capital F, lowercase r, francium. Last one on the page, protons is 54. Since it's neutral, my electrons is 54. My neutrons, I'm going to take the mass number of 131, take away 54, and I'm going to get 77 for my neutrons. Mass number is 131, that was given. And then again, I use the number of protons here is 54. Atomic number 54 is xenon with a symbol of Xe. So it's capital X, lowercase e, and it's spelled Xenon. And again, I copy that from the periodic table. So here's an answer key for this whole page and an explanation of how we did these problems.